Sometimes, football gives us moments that go far beyond the final score. Real Madrid beat Alavés 2-1 away from home in a match that looked like just another obligation in the season. But what people took from this game wasn't only the result. It was an attitude that says a lot about character, maturity, and personality. And the main character of this story is Vinicius Junior. Real Madrid had to win. The team was under pressure, heavily criticized, unstable. And they did win. But they didn't convince anyone. The Spanish press didn't hold back. Marca went straight to the point, calling Xabi Alonso a survivor on the bench. A Real Madrid side lacking rhythm, lacking control, and defensively vulnerable, even after taking the lead with Mbappe's goal. Alavés had nothing to lose, and they went for it. They pressed high, caused problems, and exposed weaknesses that don't match the weight of the white shirt. And if the result didn't get worse, a lot of that is thanks to two Brazilians. Rodrigo, who finally scored again in La Liga after months, and Vinicius Junior, once again decisive and present when it mattered most. Vinicius's hug with Xabi Alonso after the goal was symbolic. A gesture of support. Silent leadership. The kind of moment that shows awareness of the pressure surrounding the team. But the most powerful chapter of the night was still to come. Not with the ball rolling, after the final whistle. When the game ended, the atmosphere turned hostile. The home crowd started to provoke. Insults, offensive chants, mockery. Beach ball Vinicius echoed from the stands. A situation that tests any player. And, let's be honest, most players would head straight to the locker room, ignore it, or respond with the same energy. But Vinicius chose a different path. Even while being mocked, he walked toward the crowd. He took off his jersey and gave it to a fan. Then, he went further. He took off his jacket and gave that away too. No irony, no provocation, no staged gesture. Just a simple human act that silenced a lot of people. And now I'll ask you something very directly. How many of you, after being mocked by the opposing fans, would act like that? Would keep your composure? Would still show kindness after being insulted? That moment explains a lot about who Vinicius Junior is today. Not just a decisive player, but an athlete who has learned how to deal with pressure, hostility, and constant judgment. In a Real Madrid side under pressure, with a coach on shaky ground and an unstable environment, he showed something you'll never find in the stats: emotional maturity. While the criticism talks about fragility, survival, and instability, Vinicius responded with respect. And that builds image. That builds leadership. That builds legacy. Now I want to hear from you. Does this moment change the way you see Vinicius Junior? Would you do the same in his place? Leave your opinion in the comments, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because moments like this remind us that football is still bigger than provocation.